Hi everybody, how are you doing? Thanks for joining me. I'd like to make a little video for you, please, if you don't mind. I'm just home 1 second now, and I just talked to Sally, who's in the kitchen there. Recently, just at the weekend, our neighbours above us, they had a party all night long, and they were really noisy, and they kind of kept Sally awake a fair bit, and they kept me awake somewhat. But the topic of the situation this video is, I just wanted to say, like, I have no hard feelings towards them in the slightest bit, because I just think, let's pretend I'm 60 for a moment. I was saying to Sally, and I was just saying I don't have any hard feelings towards them because they're young. I was saying they're probably in their like late 20s or 30s, maybe early 30s. And I was just saying, like, young people often do immature things or things that are inconsiderate, because that's the world we grow up in, and that's the programming and the things that we've learned from our families and society. We're not very spiritually aware, not very spiritually mature at a young age. Even people in their 50s and 60s and 70s, they're still living unconscious lives with fear, run by programs, fears, attachments, insecurities, everything. So even though I'm young, I feel like in a way I'm very spiritually mature in various ways compared to a lot of other people. Now, other people who are much more spiritually awake and mature and advanced than I am, they can say, "Hey Owen, we're very spiritually mature compared to you." So I was just saying to Sally, what can you expect from children in a way, or immature people? You know, from a child, like, you don't expect them to be very mature. So they might do silly things, they might do immature things, and it's not for us to like hold it against them, or to even to allow it to upset us. See, in my life, I don't like anything to upset me, and nothing particularly upsets me, really. You know, nothing particularly bothers me or flusters me or ruffles my feathers, because first of all, I choose not to. I want to remain in a state of constant joy and gratitude, celebration, appreciation and thanksgiving. So it's my choice to remain in joy and happiness. I've learned also to let go of a lot of the past hurts and pains, wounds that I've gone through. I've learned to let go from understanding them and expressing myself through crying, and I let go of the anger through sort of punching the sofa or the pillow, and through doing like vigorous exercise, like a whole lot of press-ups and cursing underneath my breath. See, a lot of people in the past had hurt me, and when I was in school, for example, I was like, some people like call me some names from time to time, but I was insecure, and I was sad and lonely in school, and I was upset because these people, like, not so much because of what they were saying, but the fact that they chose to like pick on me, it was like, I was sad because of that. So a little bit later on, I realised why they did this, and that's just because they're immature. Just because they were just children, you know, what can you do? So that helped me to let go, and maybe I like shed a few tears. But anyway, that kind of gets into a different video in a way. I've already made videos on this before. Just understanding our own judgments of people, our own attachments, and our own resistance, saying no to the reality of a situation, to the reality of a moment. And once we let go of old hurts and become more aware of our thoughts and our mind with its judgments and attachments and resistance, then we realise how our mind was creating suffering emotionally. So just become aware of these, release your past pain, and then third, choose joy and happiness no matter what. Then you're going to be really like laughing in life much more. Things won't bother you. But the thing is, when I say about things not bothering me, that doesn't mean I'm cold or insensitive or cut off from life, from people. In fact, I'm extremely connected to life and people, the present moment as it exists. This is life. We experience life now always. And we experience life emotionally, very much so. That's the human experience, is extremely an emotional experience and a physical experience. And emotionally, it's experienced through our mind, how we process events, people, situations. We process it through our mind. We think of things, we remember things, we imagine things, the past and the future. And we look at something now and it comes through us through our screen of processing our interpretations and conclusions, our assumptions and processing. So that determines how we feel emotionally. Okay, so that's the video. I hope it helps you. I hope you don't take life or people too seriously. And I hope you go in more lightness in life, not taking it too seriously. But if myself or Sally were bothered enough, we could have gone upstairs and asked them like, hey, listen, we're just trying to sleep, but unfortunately we can hear a lot of the noise underneath you. And we don't want to ruin your party or whatever else. We're not here as like party poopers, but we're just wondering, is there any chance you'd be able to lower it by any, please? So you can still enjoy it, but we can then still enjoy getting a good night's sleep. But we weren't disturbed enough to do that, but we could have done that. So I don't know, I'm just so blessed with being able to live a life of lightness. Like, nothing bothers me really anymore, except, but I have compassion. Jeepers, I'm very sensitive from the heart. Like, I cry at movies a lot because I see, like, I'm easy to like sob because I feel for the suffering and what people are going through. So I'm definitely very connected. I'm very alive emotionally. And I really like that about myself too, but I'm not vulnerable. Like, I'm in control and I'm aware. I don't have a breakdown with other people's suffering, but I'm aware and awake and empowered to help them now if I can. Yeah. One other thing before I go. Sometimes I do feel other people's energy. For example, because I'm an empathic being just like everybody else. Like, we're sentient beings where we feel feelings too. Some people feel the feelings of others much more than other people. They might go out in public, and if someone is like angry or upset or stressed, they might feel this other person's like feelings literally, and it could bother them a lot. But for example, if someone is like shouting at me, if someone's very, very angry or shouting at me or close to me, especially if they're shouting at me, there's a huge energy dump off in that moment, in these times. So I do feel the energetic, like the energy coming towards me. I can feel the energy of that. So that is uncomfortable, and I don't like that, obviously. But that's different than an emotion. This is energy that I feel sensually. It doesn't have to be processed from my brain. So it's not like I'm resisting the moment or saying no to this, or I'm not judging as like awful and terrible and bad, or this person is terrible or out of line or anything like that. Before any of this happens, or even in the absence of this, you can still feel like the discomfort of other people's like heavy, very heavy emotions. Similarly, if someone's really, really sad, you could feel this. So there you go. So blessings be, and I wish you a non-bothered life, a life of a sensitive, open heart, and a life of awareness and empowerment, to enjoy life more, to celebrate more, to help other people more, to have this ability, which is really lovely. And one last thing before I go, just look at the children. They're always laughing and playing, happy, light, playing and laughing all the time. They're being light-hearted and silly and playful. So how often are you light-hearted, silly, playful, having fun, joking around a little bit, getting a bit messy, rolling around, laughing and stuff, being light-hearted about stuff. How often do you laugh and smile a day? So just bear that in mind, and if you want to be more happy like a child, I just say lighten up, be happy. Choose to be happy, but if you want to be more like a child and be happier in life, do laugh more. Just be more light-hearted and smiley and jokey, and be a bit more like a child is what I'm trying to say. So us adults are far too serious, far too serious. So I wish you all the best, much love and warm wishes. Love you, and I hope you have a nice day, and thanks for spending this time with me. And please feel free, more than welcome, to leave your comments and check out any of my other videos and subscribe and share the video you think that this might help somebody. And if you really like it, you could even favourite it or give it a like. And feel welcome to befriend me on YouTube if you haven't already, and on Facebook, both the name Owen Fox. Alright, until next time, much love and many blessings. Owen saying goodbye. Bye.